back. Joining us for our third conversation, we have the folks from ITVET in the building, and they're here to talk about their C entry level to prepare to move to vocational programs. On the couch, we have Ernell Neal, and he is the Job Placement and Admissions Officer. Good morning, sir. Morning. And Kieran Samuels, and he is the Prevocational Instructor. Good morning.
Good morning. Good morning.
Let's talk about first the pre-vocational program that I guess gets you started for the vocational program itself, and that kind of sounds a little bit confusing, so let's discuss that.
Good morning, everyone. Well, the pre-vocational is the foundation. That is where you, before you get to your skill set, your trade, right? Because that is where you learn about how to write how to prepare an invoice, how to write a report. You learn about the measurements, and about your measuring tape, centimeters, so that is the foundation of everything, right? Because you also teach you English, your basic English, your basic math, and also the basic science, because we all know that skill set, you need to know how the body functions, how the body works, right? Because, for example, now, if they tell me, because if you say lift a wheelbarrow, you don't know need for use the arm, right? And then if you know vocational and more practical rather than theory, right? So then the word itself, pre-vocational, means before vocational, right? So that is the foundation of that, everything set right there, and the way you start before you get in your trade.
So it's more theoretical.
Is it that students who enroll at ITVET have to go through pre-vocational studies before they arrive at their particular?
No, not all students. Basically, you would say this is more catered for the first to second farm students, based on what we do. We ask for their transcripts, and we would have an interview with them, and based on the interview and the transcript, that would determine between first to second farm if you have to go into the pre-voc. But if you come out of third farm and fourth farm and you have good grades, automatically you go into your trade area.
Okay. So it is based on perhaps a GPA sort of
not
system.
necessarily GPA, but we look at grades in certain subject area, and then we have a one-on-one interview with the prospective trainee to determine exactly at which point they are and if they're capable to handle the trade area, or if they need to go into the pre-vocational area for 1 year.
And why are these programs impactful and important? Because one might say, well, for vocational, all I need that is skill, right? You need to be able to have certain subjects narrowed down in order to get to a particular place.
Let's look at it from a practical perspective.
Yeah.
So I enrolled to ITVET, I want to do a plumbing course, right? How does the pre-vocational studies factor into me learning how to put a pipe together and that sort of stuff?
All right, then, because whenever you think about it, right? Practical, all right. You say you do a pipe, right? Now, say you go work for somebody and they tell you we want a 12-inch pipe, right? But they know you know the skill set to put it together, but you don't know what that 12-inch. You don't know what that says inches itself. So now you're going to get a 15-inch pipe or 13-inch pipe and find it. But your employer look for you like, what? That's a basic math. You're supposed to know, and then that's where measuring come in. And that's where pre-vocational helps, because
maybe he tell you a 12-inch pipe and you don't go for the circumference, you go for the length.
Correct, right?
So that way all the pre-vocational building prerequisite skills to make you have one knowledge and the different tools and the requirements, and then when you go into the trade area, you don't have one knowledge and instructor who can continue move on and build upon that from there.
I think the bottom line is that for anything you always will need certain theoretical academics for help you with your skill set. I always tell people, if I may know how much trigonometry and math may involved in archaeology, I never may do it, because it's just it's a lot that you actually need to take into consideration in order to do the skill set. But for students that are entering this particular program, you said that it's based on particular grades for certain subject areas. Which subject areas are you referring to?
We're looking at maths, English, science, technical drawing.
Okay, and they are able to then, how long does this take?
The prevocational is basically 1 year. If you need to remain in there for a couple months more, then you remain in there. But it's basically for 1 year, and once you show that you have gained the competencies and the concepts, the instructor recommend that you go into the trade area that you was requested.
Let's talk about some of your other programs that you have lined up, Mr. Neil. You are introducing the food preparation program and the auto mechanics program.
Yes, the food preparation program is basically a program. It's for 2 years. But when you come out at level 2, you're supposed to be a butcher slash sous chef. Like you could supposed to know the different parts of the meat, how to cut up a meat, how to prepare the different parts of the meat, prepare soups and different salads and broths.
Okay.
Then for the automotive program, the automotive deals with the body of the vehicle, basic, the engine, the brakes, the radiator, how to service it, how to repair a tire, how to repair different parts, the alternator, the starter.
How long?
We have a lot of mechanics running about the city and all over the country.
Say like
And so, no, that's true. I mean, the amount of vehicles we have on the road, we're almost up there with the amount of mechanic shops you know are in your city or your town or wherever, right? So the question is, do you believe that a lot of these guys come through these programs, or they're like sort of like self-made, self-taught mechanics?
Some come through the programs and some are self-made due to they inherit it from their family, it's passed down. Yeah, but the ones that come from us, we could say they're fully certified and they know what they're doing.
For the, and I kind of want to go into the mechanisms of the program itself, because now we have modern vehicles that it's more about the electronics and the technical.
Well, we're about to offer the EV program, but we're just trying to work out the logistics for it, because we had 3 of our instructors that recently came back from Jamaica that did a course in EV. So they're just working out the logistics, and eventually we'll be offering that program.
Yeah, because it's becoming a little bit more advanced when it comes to these vehicles. How long do these programs last?
Basically, a program lasts 2 years. Well, for the prevocational, it's 1 year, but all other program is 2 years. The reason being, we were in dialogue with industry, and industry right now doesn't want helpers. They want people that can work, and maybe with limited supervision, you would say then. So
you're looking at a course that would roughly take you about 3 years if you start with the pre-voc, and then you go into the full trade area.
Yes, about 3 years.
About 3 years.
Yes.
All right.
What does the certification from ITVET do for the students?
And the certification gets them a job within the industry sector that they did the program, that they did their study. Because after completion, we partner them with industry for 6 weeks on the job training. And most of the time, once they perform competent, the industry keeps them on. And they just need to continue work their way up from there. Some would open their own business.
Yeah. There's a school of thought right now where we're saying that tradespeople are more, their area of work is more lucrative than the person who's actually teaching or working at the bank or what have you, simply because we need a lot of masons, we need a lot of plumbers, we need a lot of electricians and so on. Do you find that there's a heavy demand for these people with these specialized skill sets?
Well, to answer your question, many don't want to be certified. And as you mentioned, we have many out there, but they don't have the certification. Right? They have the knowledge, but they're not certified. And then many want to make the quick money. That way, got easy access to make quick money, right? So rather than spend 2-3 years in vocational institution, they prefer, you know what, I have knowledge already, I can work for myself. Because when I really watch by the end of the day, many people not really ask for the certification when it comes to practical, right? But we live in a society now where everything now black and white. So regardless, you could be the best carpenter, you could be the best plumber, you could be the best engineer, right? But then if you don't have that black and white paper to say, right, this certification behind it, you don't really want to hire nobody because then you don't really trust that skill per se, right? So in the sense that we try get people to understand that we not already teach practical and certification, but also entrepreneurship, because you know, like what Mr. Neil said, they're not only one skill set for the teach, but multiple set. And industry right now, not only want to learn about plumbing, you know, because you know when you go to anybody's house, you have to know all the carpentry, you have to know all the engineering, you have to know all the electrical, you have to know all the plumbing, everything. And that is what ITVET is teaching. One holistic program of everything, right? So that's what we try to teach the young people, rather than stay out, come in, do 2-3 hours, learn a skill set, get certified, and eventually you could be your own entrepreneur, as what Mr. Neiman mentioned.
Yeah, become more marketable.
I think that in the question of if these persons are in high demand, I do always think that you need these sort of skill sets. When it comes to perhaps hiring a plumber, somebody that has their own business, or hiring an engineer, an electrician, as a consumer or as a customer, I might not necessarily understand how to pay them, how are they charging me based on a particular, like they come and they take 15 minutes to fix my AC and then charge me $200, right? So how does ITVET assist in perhaps that area, that element?
Well, we don't really get in assisting in the pricing element. We leave that up to the industries, and I guess they have their standard, because basically that's normally the price to service at ACs, like around 200, and around everywhere you get it. Maybe for someone that's just coming out, you might get it for like 150, 175 for them to service it, but that's the standard price, and everyone just tend to gravitate towards what industry is charging and set one standard price.
It's hard to escape from, all right, like, as a homeowner, right? So if I hire a plumber to come and repair my toilet or a pipe or what have you, I just understand that a certain price is fixed to that kind of work, right? And I don't try to beat them down or whatever, because if I ask another plumber to have a look at the same job, for whatever reason, they come in the same ballpark, I'd be like, roughly this how much I pay for this kind of job or whatever. Same for an electrician, same for, you know, somebody
and each
else
of them has their own. That's kind of one of the reasons being in setting up a pipe. It's not just going there and setting up the pipe, because you might set up the pipe and everything might backflow into the house, or it might just doesn't flow, stay right to the middle. So you have a little bit of concepts.
I just think for customers, like Isani said, you know, I might not necessarily understand it, but as somebody, I want to know. If you to fix my house, I need to see, because I want to understand. And it's just that thing. Sorry, that rather than a personal
that's
thing,
what you
right?
should do. I mean,
And because I don't necessarily understand the skill set, sometimes if something happen again, I want to ensure that I can trust a certified plumber to
sign
come
up for one
back
of the
and-
evening program.
excuse me. Here's the thing though, right? If you are paying for a service, so you hire the mason or the auto mechanic, you have to be able to understand the basics of what that individual is doing, so that one, you're getting value for money. And you know, you never just pay the mechanic and the car work and that's all you worry about. You have to understand what are the processes that he has to do. Right? And so it's the same thing with a plumber. Like, I hire someone, comes to the house, I not just show how I need to get done, and I disappear and I come back and I stay around. I stay around and see what he's doing. I might not understand everything from front to back, but I have a basic understanding of what is being done.
I find that the demand is high. I'm not sure about Belize City. I'm going to talk about Belmopan. But I find that the demand is high, but the skill set is not available. And so how do you, like, you're encouraging persons to come and get certified and so forth, but a lot of the times it's hard to find these persons within your area. And most people don't necessarily, like you said, want to get certified.
Yes, because remember that we live in a time whereby many people don't want to in our classroom 8 hours a day, 5 hours a day, you know. Many, especially a younger generation, they rather use their hands, practical work. And they know, as what Mr. Lehman mentioned when it comes to the pre-vocational, you run from one thing to go to the same thing, like you run between a wall and a stone, right? But they know, we now think about the bigger picture of it. ITVET, if I'm correct, international, right? So when I get certified, you also recognized as international Caribbean, right?
Caribbean.
So you not only have a job here, but you could go make your name known near the Caribbean, right? And we might look upon the Caribbean as something insignificant, but then it is a great place. So then you can make your name abroad. And that's what ITVET is offering, right? Because they know, we're not to tell you that you are in a classroom 8 hours, 5 hours. But we guarantee for tell you that when you left from ITVET, you want to be an entrepreneur, you want to have not only one skill set, you want to be a well-versed person, and from there you can make your name your name anyway. Because then ITVET already established that. You know, and then you know might have the, like what Ms. Martinez might say, you might know trigonometry, but then the basic guaranteed you want to know if you run a business, and that's what ITVET is offering.
But I think for certifications such as engineering or plumbing and so forth, 3 years is a good.
Not necessarily 3 years, because then if you don't need pre-vocational, you jump straight into your trade, and from here you get the ball rolling, right? And practical is very, very important, because we live in a world where everything is hands-on right now. Hands-on, and you don't need to hire one. I know they say that skill set is not needed, but you go up on the internet. And the internet teach you too, my teacher.
There's a lot of do-it-yourself.
And then when you hire, like what we say, if you when you hire a plumber, right? You go up on YouTube and see the same thing and say, oh, while the plumber is working, we say, oh, this is how you go, that how you go. I mean, no, you have to that step there, because we self-taught. But black and white, very important.
Certification is important. What's the intake like right now for students at ITVET?
Well, the intake for certain programs, like for the electrical programs, we are maxed out at the electrical, we are maxed out with the AC. The other programs are about halfway there to our full capacity, so that's why we're out on this drive to publicize and have people come in and register, because our programs are needed, and they are needed in order to help the country and uplift the country in some sort of way.
One more time for our students that probably are listening, the food preparation program and the automotive program, and what it entails.
Well, the automotive, well, once the mechanic, you know what that word means, they deal with vehicles and such forth, right? Anything that is mechanical, well, you on the road, vehicles, right? And then when it comes to the food preparation, so speak for itself, food preparation, like what to prepare food, right? And then like I say, you could become your own chef, you know, and then right now, everywhere you turn, you have vehicles. Everywhere you turn, you have one style of food, right? And then now you could carry that to a higher level, right? And then I say again, what international level, because ITVET is
there for that.
Correct.
Prepares you for it.
Like, we have a lot of people still piggyback on traditional ways of cooking food, but what we do at ITVET, we can enhance that.
Correct.
Like, you bring out the the creativity or the uniqueness to that food, you know, put a little twist to it or something.
Right.
I mean, I would imagine, I would hope that more students are gravitating towards it. I was there for the Taiwanese Belize exchange. Is that part of the food preparation program?
Yes, that's part of the food preparation program.
May I
talk about it?
Well, it's all about gaining experience, right? And each culture do it differently, have a different twist, right? And then what that did, it exposed the trainees, because we call them trainees, not students, but trainees. It exposed them to that different culture, right? Correct, distinct. And then now, when they, what Mr. Neil said, when they venture off on their own, they not might travel physically, but they travel in their mind. So they already have that experience. We say, oh, I already taste what Taiwanese dish. We say, oh, this are the twists. So I could take something off of that, add it to my tradition, and then that the exposure what they're gaining, and then they learn also how to deal with diplomats, right? And how to serve them and such for, right? So they also learn the
PR,
protocols
PR,
of things when it comes to what diplomatic standard, right? So they explore, but the key word is exposure. Because they learn the exposure from different cultures.
Yeah. It's really interesting that this is a initiative done with the Embassy of the Republic of China, Taiwan. Because I think that for us in Belize, we don't necessarily, like you said, expose ourselves to other cultures and for other communities. But food preparation is beyond just preparing food. It's also about hospitality and perhaps making sure that you're able to also have a little bit of entrepreneurship skills and so forth.
Accounting,
everything, right? Because you have to be able for bills and all of that stuff.
Portioning, maths, that's where the maths would come in with portioning. That's the part where, and this is what we tell them. A lot of them say they do maths, but they don't understand why. But this part is where the fraction would come in for food preparation and portioning and knowing how much of each ingredients you would need to prepare for a certain amount of people. That's
nutrition as well, right? Because you need to know how much food you could eat, balance your meal in a plate, right? So you're getting a little bit of everything in all of these programs over at ITVET. So apart from these programs that we are promoting, what else does ITVET offer?
We offer carpentry, welding, electrical, and AC.
Wonderful. And of course, intake right now, done close off. We're in September.
No, we're still taking in students for the food preparation, the automotive, the Prevoc, and the carpentry.
Okay. And if students want to register, where can they go?
They could go right at Freetown, corner Freetown and Simon Lam Road, and visit ITVET, and they could get a farm.
Wonderful.
Or they could visit us on our Facebook website, and someone would assist them from there or guide them.
Okay. Excellent, gentlemen. Thank you so much for joining us this morning. And we hope that you get more intake in these programs. Best of luck.
Thanks very much.
All right. We're going to take a quick break and we'll be back with more Open Your Eyes. Stay tuned.